Some interesting stories to cover today. Let's get to it. First, surface winds on planet Earth. And I would note a very powerful anticyclone right here in the southern Indian Ocean. Some chaotic weather around the South Geographic Pole region kicking off. It's completely encased in low pressure. We'll get to it. First, the jet streams. There are the jet streams of the eastern world. Here are the jet streams of the western world. And we see quite chaotic jet stream flow here in the northern hemisphere once again. Although a concentrated jet stream over the North Atlantic. And here are the surface winds of the western world. Powerful low pressure system there, northeast of Newfoundland. Continuing on, I'm always interested in where lightning's striking, especially if it's near me, so I use lightningmaps.org when I hear thunder. Powered by blitzortung.org. And we've got some terrestrial lightning here near Shreveport. And by the way, if you're about 80 kilometers away from a heavy thunderstorm, get out and look toward the thunderstorm. Take some time-lapse imagery of it. You may get images of something you were not expecting. More on that later. So a pretty concentrated thunderstorm here west of Shreveport, north of Longview. Quite a concentrated thunderstorm kicking up there. Also one south of Memphis. See, in this case right here, if you're in Memphis, if you look south above the top of these cloud tops, you may see some things that are quite interesting, such as sprites, elves, jellyfish, etc. Jellyfish such as this, spotted above a storm in China. Let's play the video. Courtesy AccuWeather.com. And this is what you may find yourself photographing if you take time-lapse photography above major thunderstorms. Also, you can do long exposure photography for this, and keep in mind the UV outputs of these are often not even visible to the naked eye, similar with auroras. So if you're in a spot where you're likely to see auroras, or if you have this sort of a view of a thunderstorm, set your camera up and take some imagery of it. You may get something that'll blow your mind. Here's the NASA GOES Lightning Mapper. Heaviest lightning of the past 6 hours here is in southern Texas, actually. Very concentrated lightning bands visible there. Next, I'd like to thank our patrons, a true source of funding for the content. Thanks, patrons. These videos might not even exist anymore had it not been for you. Patreon.com/smashamash if you'd like to see the videos continue to exist and be publicly visible and free for most to view. Patreon.com/smashamash. You also get earlier alerts than anybody else. You get all kinds of other media and information nobody else sees. And let's take a look at pressure cells here. Here's the current pressure situation. I would note a powerful anticyclone here over Wisconsin. High pressure centered there over the Wisconsin-Minnesota border. Here's the Euro forecast for pressure at 12 noon tomorrow. And we're expecting that high pressure system to remain in place. At least according to the Euro forecast. Did you see the rocket last night? There was a rocket that was visible through a large portion of the mid-Atlantic states. Here's some imagery of that. Instagram/@JerseyPortraits if you want to follow this user on Instagram. Great imagery there of the rocket visible from the Jersey coast. Continuing on, here's the U.S. Doppler Radar Map. Snow continues to fall in Colorado. It looks like some wet snow to say the least. It must be that hot air on the trailing edge. Is the hot air coming from underground, or is it coming from a terrestrial source? Where is all that hot air in Colorado coming from, folks? Oh my God. Here's the cloud layer, and here's the water vapor. Let me speed this up. So there's the water vapor map. Here's the cloud layer, the 3.9 nanometer radiation interactive weather satellite here, the NASA GOES interactive weather satellite suite. And so we've got this flow of warmer air coming down here, coming like this. This dry massive air is kind of just hanging out. That's a high pressure system right there. And the jet stream's actually way up here right now. So some milder temperatures. And again, there's the Doppler radar. There's the cloud layer. And there's your water vapor map. And that's today's meteorology segment.